Alright class, the goal for you tonight, you should be able to find the surface area of rectangular prisms. Alright, so get this down, surface area, okay, because we know what area is already. Surface area is the sum of all the areas of the faces of a 3D object. Alright, so what you need to do is find the area of every face on that 3D object. Alright? Find the area of every face, then sum. Right? I'm going to look for this in your notes. I want you to underline sum and put plus above it. Alright? Underline sum, put plus above it. Put a star next to it too, so I know to look for it in your notes. Alright? Now, a rectangular prism. This is what it is. It's a 3D object with two parallel bases. Alright? That are also congruent rectangles. Alright? The lateral faces are parallelograms. Alright, which are usually just rectangles. Alright? The lateral faces are parallelograms, but they're usually just rectangles. Okay? Lateral, in case you don't know what that means moving from side to side. Alright, if someone's moving laterally, they're moving from side to side. Okay? Now, I want you to put a star next to this. Write this down. Prisms are defined by their bases. We'll add something to that. Prisms are defined by the shape of their bases. Alright, so in this case, see this rectangle right here? This 3D image? Alright, that 3D object? The bases are rectangles. All the other sides are parallelograms or rectangles. Alright, the bases are rectangles, so this is a rectangular prism. Alright? So you should have 2 star notes on this slide. Alright, next one. Alright, I want you to draw that shape. Alright, that's a rectangular prism. Now I've done you a favor, and I've actually labeled the square units on the top, left, and front of this rectangular prism. Alright? This side right here is 3 centimeters long. 1, 2, 3 units. 3 centimeters. This side's 6 centimeters long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this side's 8 centimeters long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright? Surface areas. We need to find the area of every side, every face of that prism. Alright, so this is what you have to do. Well, we've got all the sides listed, right? Because we have a 3D shape, we don't see the bottom, the right side, or the back. But they're there. We don't see them, but they are there. Okay? It's not just three faces. There's 6 faces on a rectangular prism. Write that down. Put a star next to it. Rectangular prisms have 6 faces. Rectangular prisms have 6 faces. Alright, so we've got this chart. Well, the top, right, there's the top. The length is 6 centimeters, the width is 3. Right, length is 6, width is 3. The bottom is going to be the exact same as the top. Alright, if this is the top, the bottom is exactly the same. So it's going to have the same dimensions. The length is also 6. The width is also 3. Alright? So what I want you to do is, I'm going to look for this in your notes, put a star next to each of these. I want you to write same and draw an arrow to top and an arrow to bottom. Front and back, I want you to write same, S-A-M-E, and draw an arrow to front and an arrow to back. And then for left and right, write same, and draw an arrow to the left and an arrow to the word right. Okay? These are the same, these are the same, and these are the same. The front has a length of 6 centimeters and a width of 8. The front is this side, length of 6, width of 8. The back is going to be the exact same size rectangle on the back. Exact same size, so it's going to have the same dimensions. Alright, the left, right there, okay, has a length of 8 centimeters and a width of 3. This is the left side. 3, 8. It's 3 by 8. The right side, exact same dimensions. Alright, now we need to find the area of all these faces. Well, to find the area of a rectangle, because these are just rectangular faces, we gotta do length times width. Well, alright, the top, length times width, 6 times 3, that's 18 square centimeters. The bottom is going to be exactly the same, 18 square centimeters. Alright, the front, well, we do length times width, 6 times 8, and we get 48 square centimeters, or centimeters squared. Back, exact same area, because it has the exact same dimensions, so why would it be different? Alright, the left and right, well, the length is 8, width is 3, length times width is 24 square centimeters, and the right is the exact same area. Now, to find the surface area, right, remember the previous definition, we have to add up all the areas of every face. So, instead of A equals, I'm going to write SA equals for surface area. So, I've got SA equals 18 plus 18 plus 48 plus 48 plus 24 plus 24. When we add those up, we add all the areas up, we end up getting 180 square centimeters. And guess what? If you were to count every single square on this shape, front, back, left, right, top, bottom, you would end up counting 180 little squares. 180 square centimeters. That's the surface area of that entire shape. Every side. Alright. Now, let's solve for the surface area of this rectangular prism. Alright, you're not always, class, you're not always going to be given those little grids. Alright? So if you're not, sometimes you'll just have a rectangular prism that looks like this with the different side lengths labeled. 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches. So all these are 5 inches, right? All of these are 2 inches, and all of these are 3 inches. Okay? So, first thing we need to do is I'm going to label the front, the top, and the right, okay, of my rectangular prism. The front is 3 by 2. Alright? It's a rectangle, length times width. 3 times 2 is 6 square inches. Alright, the back is going to be the exact same area. Alright, and actually, you know what? I didn't mean to write SA. These should just be A, because these are just the areas. That's my fault, class. These are just the areas of those sides, those faces. The surface area, remember, that's the area of every face of a prism. Alright, so area is 6 square inches. The back is the same. The top, well, the top is 5 by 3. So I'm going to do 5 times 3 and get 15 square inches. Same for the bottom. The right side is 5 by 2. Length of 5, width of 2. So I'm going to do 5 times 2 and get 10 square inches. The left side over here is going to have the exact same size. It's going to be the exact same size. It's going to have the exact same area. When I add up all my areas, the surface area ends up equaling 62 square inches. Alright? Next one I'm going to want you to do on your own. Okay. Solve for the surface area of this rectangular prism. So on your own, I want you to give this a shot. Label the top, alright, the front, and the left or the right side. All right. You can choose this as the top or that, or sorry, you can choose this as the front or that as the front. It doesn't really matter. Depends on which way you're looking at it, right? But you know that's going to be the top. All right. So try and find the surface area of this prism. Pause the video. Give it a shot. Let's see how we do. Alright, so this is what we gotta do. First, I'm gonna label the sides. Got the top. I'm gonna say this is, I'll say this is the front. And I'm gonna say that this right here is the left side. Okay? Now, I need to find, let's do the area of the top first. Why not? Alright, so the top area equals, well, the top is 8 by 2, so I'm going to do 8 times 2. And get 16 square meters. Well, the bottom is going to be exactly the same. Now, you don't actually have to do the math once you know what the area of the top is, as long as the area of the bottom is exactly the same. So if the top is 16 square meters, so is the bottom, right? Not too tricky. So we're going to do 8 times 2, we're going to get 16 square meters. Alright, there's the top and bottom areas. Next, I don't know, let's do the front. Alright, so I'm going to pick the front. Alright, the front. Well, look at the front. It's 8 by 4, length times width. I just have to do 8 times 4. So, we're going to do 8 times 4. And that's going to give us 32 square meters, or 32 meters squared. Alright, now we have to do the back. The back is going to be the same size as the front. So, it's going to be 32 also. Back equals 8 times 4, which is 32 square meters. Alright, now the only two sides left, the only two faces are the left and the right. So let's do the left, since that's the one that we see. Now if you call this the front and that the right, that's fine. Doesn't matter, you're going to get the same answer when you add up all the areas of all the faces. Alright, so the left, let's see, the left is 2 meters, right, by 4 meters. So I'm going to do 2 times 4. That's going to give me 8 square meters. And the right is going to be the exact same size. So guess what? It's going to have the exact same area. I know. Absolutely crazy. Out of your mind. So, now all we got to do, just add up all the areas. So, I'm going to take 16, 16, 32, 32, 8, and add them up. So, surface area equals 16 plus 16 plus 32 and 32 plus 8 plus 8. And when I add all of these up, let's see, I'm going to get I believe we're going to get 112. Let me double check this real fast. Yep. So, that's what you should have gotten for the surface area of that rectangular prism. 112 square meters. But that's it for now, class. Alright, hopefully you did well on this, but we're going to give this some more work, some more practice. Alright, but be ready to take a quiz on this stuff. Alright, I'll see you later.